She's the teen singing sensation who shot to fame on the talent show The Kid's Voice. And this morning, Lucy Thomas.
She didn't win The Voice UK, but she won something far more powerful, the hearts of millions across the world. Lucy Thomas wasn't handed fame on a silver platter. She earned it with raw emotion, unmatched vocal purity, and an uncanny ability to turn even the most familiar song into something utterly unforgettable. And it all began in the most unlikely place. Not a grand concert hall, but a quiet corner of rural England. The world didn't see it coming, and what fans discovered next would change how they saw her forever. Lucy Thomas grew up in the tranquil countryside of Lancashire, a place more associated with rolling hills than rising stars. But even as a child, her world was filled with music. Her mother's voice often filled the home, and young Lucy couldn't help but join in humming along to the melodies. Yet no one could have predicted how deeply this would shape her future. Then came a moment that would forever alter the course of her life. During her grandmother's 60th birthday celebration, Lucy stepped up unprompted and sang Adele in front of a room full of stunned guests. Her voice, pure and haunting, stopped people in their tracks. Her godmother Christina was among them, and she immediately recognized that Lucy's gift wasn't just good, it was special. Christina urged Lucy to share her talent beyond that one room, and that spark ignited a fire. Within a week, Lucy enrolled in vocal lessons, determined to pursue something that already felt like destiny. Her teacher, Carolyn Hudson, quickly became not just a coach, but a mentor, guiding her through the highs and lows of early performances. Even now, Lucy continues to train with Carolyn, showing a dedication to her craft that sets her apart. Her voice was more than just a sound. It was becoming her identity. But even with steady progress, few could have predicted just how quickly everything was about to change. Then came the audition that would introduce Lucy to the world. She stepped onto the stage of The Voice UK and chose a classic that most young singers wouldn't dare attempt: Moon River. It was a bold move. The judges didn't know what to expect. And then she sang. The entire room seemed to still. Her performance was soft, yet commanding, delicate, yet powerful. She didn't just sing Moon River, she transformed it. Every note felt like it carried a story, every breath dripping with emotion. The arrangement, tailored perfectly to highlight her unique tone, allowed her voice to rise and fall with heartbreaking beauty. Judges Pixie Lott and Danny Jones both turned their chairs, struck by what they were hearing. Even Will Dye, who didn't initially turn, admitted her voice was flawless. But Lucy didn't just earn their praise, she earned something more valuable. She chose to join Danny's team, and an unexpected bond formed not just over music, but over their mutual love for the Wigan Warriors Rugby Club. That connection humanized the moment, revealing that behind the angelic voice was a down-to-earth teen with a sense of humor and heart. As the competition progressed, Lucy continued to surprise. In the semi-finals, she made another daring choice. Instead of delivering a typical pop anthem, she completely reinvented Selena Gomez's hit Wolves. Gone was the upbeat electronic vibe. In its place, a stripped-down piano arrangement that laid her soul bare. It was intimate, gripping, and fearless. In that moment, Lucy wasn't just a contestant, she was an artist. She took a mainstream hit and reimagined it into something almost unrecognizable, yet deeply moving. Audiences saw the risk, and they respected it. She didn't play it safe because Lucy Thomas never did. Though she didn't win the title, her presence lingered long after the finale aired. She had planted a seed in the hearts of viewers and the music industry alike. The Voice UK may have closed a chapter, but for Lucy, it opened an entirely new book. And what came next would transform everything she thought was possible. Because the moment the spotlight dimmed on TV, another light was just beginning to shine. After The Voice UK, Lucy didn't fade into the background like so many others. Instead, she signed with Cavendish Records, a label known for its work with classical crossover artists and musical theatre talent. It was a perfect match. In 2019, Lucy released her debut album, aptly titled Premiere. This wasn't just an album, it was a statement. A declaration that she wasn't going anywhere, and that her journey was only just beginning. Premiere introduced listeners to a voice that was both refined and raw, a voice that could soar through theatrical ballads and whisper through quiet, emotional moments. And audiences took notice. With each release, Lucy began carving out her own lane in the industry. She wasn't chasing trends. She was creating her own musical path. In April 2020, her second album, Encore, proved she wasn't a one-album wonder. It showcased a broader range, deeper emotion, and more confident artistry. Then in 2021, her album Timeless featured a performance that would go on to define her rising global presence. Her cover of Hallelujah went viral, reaching nearly 50 million views on YouTube. It wasn't just about hitting notes, it was about hitting hearts. Her rendition was filled with aching vulnerability, capturing the song's sacred essence like few before her. But Lucy wasn't finished. In December 2022, she released Destiny, a fitting title for an album that marked a turning point in her growth. Her voice more mature, her interpretations more nuanced. Each track spoke volumes about how far she'd come, not just as a singer, but as a storyteller. And then came Beyond. More than an album, it felt like a personal message to her fans. A promise of evolution, a commitment to keep exploring deeper themes and new musical heights. With each project, Lucy was showing the world that she wasn't just here to sing, she was here to make a mark. And yet there was something else brewing, something equally powerful that wasn't happening on a stage or in a studio. It was happening online. On a modest YouTube channel where Lucy began sharing songs with someone very special, her younger sister Martha. What started as simple duets between siblings quickly exploded into viral sensations, their harmonies effortless, their connection magnetic. Together, they created moments that didn't just entertain, they moved people. Their channel grew rapidly, pulling in nearly 900,000 subscribers and racking up more than 200 million total views. Their renditions of The Prayer, When You Believe You Raise Me Up and In the Arms of an Angel became fan favorites. These weren't just covers. They were heartfelt tributes delivered with grace and intimacy that couldn't be faked. Viewers didn't just see two sisters singing, they saw two souls connecting through music. One performance in particular, their take on You Raise Me Up, has amassed over 18 million views. It became a global moment, shared across countries, languages, and cultures. The power wasn't just in their notes, but in their bond. Their voices intertwined in ways that felt otherworldly, leaving audiences with chills. And the praise came not just from fans, but from critics as well. Publications hailed their duets as emotionally piercing and musically masterful. But what truly made their performances stand out was the simplicity. No elaborate sets, no gimmicks, just two sisters, two microphones, and pure emotion. Their resemblance only enhanced the magic. It felt real because it was real, and that authenticity resonated with millions. Yet even as their joint performances gained attention, Lucy was also stepping fully into her solo artistry. She continued delivering spine-tingling renditions of beloved classics, from Mariah Carey's Hero to Celine Dion's My Heart Will Go On. Each song became a canvas for her unique style. Her version of Desperado by the Eagles was haunting and introspective, while her take on Snow Patrol's Run was filled with aching tension and release. Every choice she made felt intentional, deeply felt, and refreshingly honest. Lucy had mastered something few artists ever do: the ability to interpret without imitating. She could take the most recognizable songs and make them feel like new discoveries. Every cover was reimagined with fresh eyes and an open heart. And that skill didn't go unnoticed. As her online presence grew, so did her fan base, her reach, and her reputation. This wasn't just a young girl with a nice voice anymore. This was an artist redefining what it means to cover a song. Still ahead was one of the biggest reasons Lucy stood out in such a crowded music landscape. It wasn't just the talent. It was what she chose to sing, and what she didn't. Unlike many rising stars chasing charts and trends, Lucy Thomas made a different choice. She didn't just sing the biggest hits of the moment. Instead, she leaned into songs with soul depth and meaning, even when they weren't widely known. Classics like Moon River from Breakfast at Tiffany's became cornerstones of her performances. It was a conscious decision. Lucy wasn't trying to follow the mainstream. She was honoring music that touched her on a personal level, and that authenticity made fans trust her. Her musical influences read like a love letter to diversity and emotion. From the cinematic swells of Coldplay to the earthy tones of Sugarland and the rich harmonies of Little Big Town, Lucy absorbed it all. Even artists like Jackie Evancho and Alanis Morissette left fingerprints on her vocal approach. The result? A voice that defied categories. One that could soar in musical theatre, plunge into folk, or glide through pure pop, all while remaining unmistakably Lucy. She took cues from Alicia Keys in soulful phrasing-learned lyricism from the Goo Goo Dolls, and even admired the tight vocal blend of pentatonics. This wide palette didn't dilute her identity, it sharpened it. It gave her the tools to move seamlessly across genres and connect with listeners from wildly different backgrounds. Whether it was the theatrical power of Defying Gravity or the gentle ache of Sarah McLachlan's Angel Lucy gave each song its own heartbeat. Her performances weren't just vocal exercises, they were stories, and people listened. But beyond her artistry, Lucy was quietly building something few teenage performers ever do: a brand. Her YouTube channel wasn't just a showcase for talent, it became a full-fledged platform. One that now draws in over 200 million views and brings monthly ad revenue estimates ranging from $15,000 to over $24,000. While the exact numbers remain private, experts estimate Lucy's net worth now sits between $500,000 and $1 million. And those figures continue to climb. That success isn't just based on viral videos or album sales, it's built on trust. Fans believe in her because she never tries to be something she's not. She's never chasing controversy, never playing into shock value. Instead, she's offering something increasingly rare in the music industry: genuine emotion and clean artistry. She's a young woman who values integrity just as much as talent, and that makes her brand both powerful and enduring. Even her sister Martha has become part of that brand, not just through performance, but through shared values. Together, they've built a musical identity that's warm, inviting, and deeply human. Their channel isn't about showing off, it's about sharing, about connecting, and that's why people keep coming back. As Lucy's career continues to evolve, one thing is clear: she's not slowing down. Her recent album Beyond isn't just a collection of songs, it's a message. A promise that she's still growing, still searching, still pushing herself to new heights. Every note, every release, every moment shared online is a step forward, and fans are along for the journey. So where does she go from here? The answer may be unpredictable, but one thing is certain: Lucy Thomas has already proven that you don't need to win a competition to win the world. Her journey from shy girl in Lancashire to global vocal sensation is a masterclass in authenticity, resilience, and passion. She's not just a singer. She's a force, a storyteller, a performer who transforms everything she touches. Her legacy is already taking shape, and it's not built on flash or fame, but on moments that matter, on songs that heal, on connections that last. As new fans continue to discover her channel and dive into her world, they're not just hearing a voice. They're witnessing the rise of an artist whose best work might still be ahead of her. So if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, you might want to now. Because the next chapter in Lucy Thomas's story is coming, and it just might be her most unforgettable yet.